Let's bring in our next guest from Full Circle Brewery, the rocker. Kenny Young is in the house.
Chuck,
What's
how
going
you doing,
on, buddy?
man?
How are you?
Everything.
How's things over at Full Circle Brewery?
Things are going smooth.
Yeah, you love this time of year, don't
Hell
you?
yeah.
This is roller derby time. Plus, you guys have quite the lineup of entertainment happening over there.
Yeah, we've got something going on all the time. You know, regular Thursday night honky tonk with Mark Porschman, so that's always fun.
Tell me about what the honky tonk.
It's a group of anywhere from 5 to 20 people get together and sit around in a circle in the big room and play little honky tonk songs, folk songs, just sit around and have a good time.
Have fun.
Yeah.
And people come in and sit around the circle on the outside and just listen to them?
There's some that sit on the outside and just listen. There's others that they'll join in singing if nothing else. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun with guitars, mandolins.
Anybody playing the jug?
Nobody plays the jug. We're going to have to get
no
you down there
washboards
to do
going.
that.
No washboards.
No washboards either. It's we got a lap steel guitar and stand up bass.
I know you got harmonica.
Got a harmonica. Bill's going to play the harmonica with them, so that's always fun.
So that's Thursday nights. But talk about some of the other things you guys got going on.
It's kind of quiet this week and last week because of the holidays and the heat, and so. But next weekend on Saturday night, the 18th, we've got Minion Productions and Maverick Burlesque Productions are doing a Circus East.
Maverick Cadaveric?
Maverick Cadaveric.
I love that guy.
Oh, no, not Maverick Cadaveric. This is Maverick Burlesque.
Okay.
So this is a group of ladies that started doing burlesque here in the Valley, and they've progressed and started doing some real serious storytelling, so you get to see a story with every kind of strip.
That's what it's about, right? It's not just about taking the clothes off and teasing. Yeah, that's a little bit of it.
There's a little tease to it,
but it's about telling a story.
Yeah, whether it's backwards or forwards. I mean, one gal has a great story she tells, but she tells it backwards. So, it's really interesting to pay attention to what's going on, because it's weird to see one start out and then get dressed and leave. Usually they come in.
You're not used to that by now, Kenny?
Yeah. Well, my personal life's nothing to do with the brewery.
Okay, so you got that going on. What else?
Just lots of beers, man.
Okay.
Going to San Luis Obispo this weekend for a Seven Sisters Brew Fest.
Tell me about that. Festival. I want to know about this.
That's a great time. There's Friday night entertainment. It's kind of not a carnival area, but there's food booths and vendors selling jewelry, tie-dye, all kinds of things like that. And then Saturday from noon to about 4 o'clock is a beer festival. 40 breweries, 100 beers. Get a glass and go around tasting. Should say get a glass and go around tasting.
Well, here's what I want to know. Full Circle Brewery been around a little longer than a lot of these newer craft beers. Okay.
Yeah, we've been around.
You guys do it differently than the newer guys. And when you go to these festivals, what are people saying? Let's say is this Clusterfuckle?
No, this is actually our Bill's Pilsner.
Okay, Clusterfuckle. You're number one, my favorite beer that you guys make. What do people say about that at a craft beer fest?
Well, a lot of times they're going around and hitting all the, it's crazy. When you go to
do they ever go, hey, this one's flat? Because the European isn't...
Yeah, we pour it a little less carbonated, so you get some people say, it's flat. It's like, no, it's actually the way it's supposed to be served. Americans have taken beer and gone crazy with it. And
with the fizz.
I mean, just too much suds, served too cold. It's a product of World War II. When the American GIs went back to Germany to either find their girlfriend they met there,
or they fell in love with beer,
or went taking their wives back to show where they fought. They going around to the towns, and all the beers were served room temperature. So. So
the kegs are left out on the floor?
Americans would want their beer colder, because they were used to it cold in America. So they really brought around about refrigeration and that for Europeans.
So in Europe, the kegs are sitting on the floor? They're not refrigerated?
No, they're in a back room, but it's not 30 degrees. It's a just a back room that's
No
50
lights,
degrees,
cool, yeah.
55,
Wow.
something like that. So it doesn't hurt the beers at all.
How come you guys went this route, the European style?
My partners are both a little more traditionalist. They, just like doing it that way. We're not in a big hurry. We're not money hungry. So
When you say not in a big hurry, Kenny, that's a good point, because how long do your beers sit before you pour them?
this beer right here, when we made it, we let it sit on the yeast 2, maybe 3 weeks, then racked it over into a secondary tank to let it clarify and age. Once it's set in there about 2.5 months, we transfer it into a bright tank or into a keg, and then we serve it. So it's a minimum 3 months old.
What are some of these other guys? We won't use any names.
No, but
how long?
and it's this way all over the industry. A lot of the little pop-ups, they make beer, they rack it over, they filter it, and they keg it 14, 18 days, 20 days.
Really?
Yeah, so by filtering it, they actually stop the process of the beer, and it'll never get any better or any different from what it starts out.
Are you talking flavor-wise? You're not talking alcohol content. You're talking
No, it
flavor-wise?
doesn't change the alcohol.
Right.
Yeah, just it doesn't ever get a chance to fully mature, in our opinion.
Right.
Other people may say, you don't know what you're talking about, but come on down and I'll show you the difference.
and the hops that you're using are different too, right?
No, we use the same kind of hops other people use. I mean, depends on the type of beer. We've found a few hops that we really like, so we kind of stick with them.
Like the cluster fuggle.
Yeah, we really like the cluster and the fuggle, and we use them in other beers besides our cluster fuggle.
Really?
We may use a cluster hop in something, in a Doppelbock or something like that, but there's over 200 varieties of hops now, so you can really pick and choose.
Who's the mad scientist down there? Who's whipping these things up?
Bill's the mad scientist. I'm just a laborer.
Is Bill putting together these?
Yeah, he usually comes up with the recipes. Sometimes I throw in my 2 cents worth, but so we're just trying to keep things consistent on the beers we have, which are currently 12 on tap.
Spit them out. Let's hear which ones they are.
2 more coming here real soon.
Spit them out. Let's hear which ones you have on
We've
tap.
got our Fishnet Burn, which is a real light lager for the roller derby crowd, about 4%. Good session drinking beer. You can pound those on a hot day.
Cold, yeah.
We've got our Bill's Pilsner, true Czechoslovakian Pils, which is Moravian malt and Zaz hop from Czechoslovakia. We've got our Clusterfuggle Cream Ale and American Wheat Ale. We can go Blaze Red, High Speed Rail Red Ale, our Bases Loaded IPA. We got a Double D Doppelbock for our burlesque girls and belly dancing.
Double D.
Gotta love the Double Ds.
Right.
And our, we've got an American, actually a California Brown Ale, a nice medium body, real dark. An 1850 London Porter.
Which you drink with a fork.
Not
It's
quite.
pretty thick.
The scoop of ice cream works
yeah,
really
it's
good.
pretty thick, yeah.
And, our Princess Anesthesia Russian Imperial Stout. And, of course, our badass barley wine. So, got to have that one.
Awesome. And the Polkefino.
Polkefino is one of the 4 wines that we have. Made from the agave plant you make tequila from. Sweet white wine. So, that's always real nice. Easy one to drink.
Awesome. And you mentioned that there's going to be 2 more coming out soon. What are
Yeah,
those?
we've got a sour mash that we've been working on. Tried a couple of times and just haven't gotten it right. So we're coming out with another one soon. And what's the other one? I can't even think of what the other one is right now. You got me on the spot, man. You got me. Yeah, one of those this morning.
All right. You guys open today?
No, tomorrow we're open.
Tomorrow, 4?
Yeah, 4 o'clock, Wednesday through Saturday, 4 to 11. And
Sunday 10 to 6.
Got a new cooler on the place. It's a lot cooler inside nowadays.
Really?
I remember the old days when you're sitting at the bar and just sweating, talking to people.
Right.
And in the winter, you've got the 2 patio heaters in there that everybody's huddled around, and the people at the bar are watching each other talk because the breath's coming out. Those days are gone, though.
Kenny Young, always good to see you. Let's not forget, that they make the best root beer in town.
Oh,
also,
yeah.
you can get that over there.
And I'm working on a couple other sodas too, a cream soda and an orange soda. So
Wow,
yeah, you
okay.
bet.
Go see Kenny Young, 620 F Street, right off of Ventura, Kings Canyon. Hey, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with live music from Cornbread. Stick around. Woo!